Hello, everybody. It's Willie and Renee again. And today we're talking about a subject that I'm sure everybody has had to deal with at one time or another. If you haven't, then thank your heavenly stars because you will. And that's scam callings. And how do you hang up politely or talk to them or block them or whatever because they're relentless. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit today about is there really a polite way to get them off the phone or to not call you or to, or whatever the case may be. You can have the car for 20 years and they'll still call and tell you that the warranty is, gone. Okay. Or is it about to expire and can you renew it and all of that? Or, have you decided on your burial plot and all kinds of things? What kind of insurance do you have and all of that? And so, yeah, let's talk a little bit about that today. What about that, Willie?
Okay. Well, I think it's interesting because it seems like if anyone have a cell phone, the one thing that everybody can relate to is the fact that they get a lot of calls sometimes. And they either scam calls or just calls of people just inadvertently trying to either sell you something or just trying to get you to go their way, vote their way, or just
Or
have the
donate
same
to their
thoughts.
cause.
Yeah. So the one thing that I thought was real interesting the other day, we were talking, and my wife saw something on TV that was really interesting to me, and that's that on the commercials during a show, every commercial during that show was talking about medications and stuff, and it was geared towards a lot of seniors. And as I started looking it up online, and it started talking a lot about how that's the main thing that companies do. They try to make phone calls to either to seniors or they be consistent calling anybody to see if they call 1,000 people, maybe one will accept it.
Mhm.
And that's I think how they get a lot of the seniors and stuff that at home they're lonely or just go ahead and answer the phone because it keep ringing off the hook. And then this person started talking about different things they should buy or they should get because it'll help them do such and such.
Yeah. Something funny, just to
Mm-hmm.
interrupt, is well, what he's saying is like they gear those commercials to certain programs, to Jeopardy and Price is Right, things that maybe older people would watch. They have all these kind of medications and all of that. And then, how AI and all of that is now, how you can say something seems like, and after a while, you'll see a commercial about it. Or if you scroll on Facebook or YouTube or whatever, my mother in love, she's like, I saw this medicine, or I saw this, and I'm like, quit looking at all that stuff. But this was funny. This lady on YouTube, she it was a sort of a joke, she said that my kids don't call me that much and talk to me. She said, but it's this nice Indian gentleman. He calls me every day and he asked me about my tires and if I need new tires. He asked me about my health and am I prepared for my future? And I look forward to him calling me every day, as he mentioned about being lonely. But it's a way, to get sales. And as he said, like you call 1,000 and whatever, maybe you get one or two. So what do you say? I didn't mean to
Well, I think it's
interrupt.
funny in talking with you and listening to what you're saying. Something that you have done that really surprised me, and each time you do it, I get a chuckle out of it. And tell them what you do a lot of time when people call so
Okay.
often, keep doing it, and the way you kind of get them to stop calling or at
Right.
least switch to somebody else.
Right. Well, outside of blocking them, okay, I do that. But I sometimes I just, I'm the goofy one in our marriage, as you can tell, right? Is I will talk to them, you know, and sometimes I head off the conversation. They said, hello. I said, oh, hi, this is Pizza Hut. What do you like to order? Da, 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 da. And they'd be like, no, such and such, whatever, and then they hang up. I'm sorry, whatever. Or like on the 4th of July, I remember this young man called and I said, what did you eat today? What did you have for the 4th? And he was trying to tell me that's, he said, but I have such and such. And I said, and did your family come? And this, that, and the other. And he got so angry, guys, until he started cussing at me. And he hung up the phone. He got really upset. And my husband says, quit doing the people like that. I was like, well, hey, you call the day after Christmas, I'm gonna ask you, well, what did you get for Christmas? How was your holiday? And blah, 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 blah. How much money do you make, working at that job? And is it much success? All those kinds of things. And it's funny, but they have to have a job too. But then they end up not calling. They don't call back. I'm sure they pass it around the office like, don't call that number because, she's crazy. Yeah, and but you know, sometimes I will listen to them. I'll just listen, and then I always, I hate to say it, but end up regretting it because I'll tell them, no, I'm not interested. Yeah, but da 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 da. No, I'm not. No, I'm not gonna buy that, whatever the case may be. And I end up feeling sorry for them because it's a job, and I'm sure that that has to be hard going to get up every morning, and get dressed and beat through traffic or whatever, or you're at home doing it, whatever. And for you to get hung up on and cussed at and beeped out and all of those things. And every day, that's what you have to look forward to. I know a famous comedian, he said that he worked for collections before he became famous. And, and he says, he said, do you realize how angry you have to be saying you need to pay it now and you need to do this. And he said, I had that job for like 4 hours. At lunchtime, I was like, I'm not coming back. I'm way too happy of a person to be a bill collector. He's like, I just can't be that mad and fussing and arguing with people like that. But I know, that it is a job and all. But let's talk about some ways that you can, be polite or, whatever the case may be when they do call. What are some of the
Well,
things?
at least what I do is try to, number one, I
Mhm.
immediately, yeah, don't answer the call. But other than that, I will block the call.
Mhm.
And sometimes that works. But I think nowadays it's more in line with they look at the somehow, even though I don't know how it works, they look at the algorithm. And then therefore they keep calling you.
Mhm.
And I look at it, I say, these people are calling and they're not know they're not gonna do what they say.
Mhm.
Like every day almost seem like I get these calls on my phone or get these texts saying, oh, we can give you X,
Yeah,
thousand
a
dollars
hundred
for
thousand
yeah,
dollars.
for
Yeah.
the equity in your home. Okay, you give that to me, hey, I'm not interested in you getting mad afterwards.
Right.
And that's the kind of thing it seemed like they could get people who, if they catch you at that vulnerable time, there's not telling what people can
Mhm.
agree with, or
Mhm. Right.
even though they may not necessarily agree with it, but somehow
Mhm.
they say they can have it now on the phone call where they
Mhm.
can, they take it to court. Court can say, yeah, you said this, and this really meant that.
Mhm.
And you didn't have no intentions of
Right.
approving or agreeing with
Right.
what they
Exactly.
said or what you thought.
Mhm. So one of the things that you can do to not be rude is, if you choose to answer the call, is to say, I'm not interested and I'm sorry, I'm going to hang up right now and hang up then, don't give them a chance to get a breath in, so that way, they understand and they're not sucking you into it. And then if it is something that you're interested in, because some people I know, they were hounding me, asking all kinds of things. So sorry, I thought I had turned my phone down. And they kept asking me, and wanting some information from me. And I told them, I said, what I will do is you give me a direct line and I'll call you back. No, 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 no. It's only for this, that, and the other. It's like, I'll call you back. And they didn't like that. And I actually have sometimes called back because it was a scam. And I did let them know that I'm having you all reported because you all are trying to get information, that you shouldn't, whatever. But one of the best things to do is to not give them a chance to even engage you, because once they engage you, then they feel like, they have a chance. And yeah. And so for me, well, I'm not a counselor like that anymore, but I had clients, from all over the world. And so I didn't recognize a lot of the numbers. So I always answered my phone all the time, and everybody, don't answer the phone. Well, it could be business. And so I just let them know, I need to keep my line open. I'm sorry. I have another call coming in and I'm going to have to hang up right now and click right then. And I feel like that's one of the best ways that you can probably, divert all of that. As you saw, my phone was ringing right now. And this wasn't a joke either. No, this wasn't a part of it. But yeah, it was a company calling about whatever. Yeah. But my phone does say, that this could be a scam. And you can put that on your phone, if you use a cell phone for your main way of communicating, is you can do the blocks and you can put, where they say, this could be a scam, so that you don't have to answer it. And, some people, if you don't text them anymore, they don't answer anyway, even if they know who it is. And now the companies have gotten smart and they text you as well. So one of the best things I feel is, outside of being silly, like what I do from time to time, is to just you take the lead. No, I'm not interested. I can't talk now, whatever, and hang up right then and not allow them to engage you.
But the only thing is, yeah, because if you do allow them to engage with you, you have to take into consideration that there is so much psychology out there that they could be saying keywords that you don't even
Right.
realize that can get you to show some interest in what they're talking about or how they're going about their
Hmm.
business.
Right.
And that's what you don't want to get caught up in. So it
Hmm.
is best to
Right.
just politely hang up the phone
Hmm.
and be done with it,
Hmm.
even or if you choose to answer it.
Right. Hmm. And if you choose to answer it and engage, just know it's still best, I feel, especially for our older people. It is best to say, give me a number, a contact number, and let me call you back so you will know whether it's real or not. Yeah. And if that really is, then they'll give you a number and you can call
If it's a
back.
legit company.
Yeah, thank you. If it's a legitimate company. And that way you have a chance to be prepared for whatever it is and not be, taken off guard, all of those kinds of things. Yeah. And when in doubt, just say, hello, this is Subway. What are you ordering today? Yeah. Okay. So I think that's it for this time. And happy calling, happy talking on the phone. Okay. And you all will see you next time.
And please subscribe and leave a comment to our channel. Thank you very much.
Bye.